Welcome and another episode of PromZ TV. We're here in Polpi. The sun is shining, Polpi, Spain, that is. The sun is shining, it's the first sun I had all year, so I'm really excited. It's really busy here. Why are we here in Spain at Polpi? Because Makito is here. And we want to know everything about Makito. Who's behind it? How is it with the sustainability? What are they doing here in Spain? We're gonna find out. Come with me.
Thanks, Peter. I'm glad to have you here. It's not frequent that we do interviews, but I think that in this case we couldn't say no to just share with you a bit of the story of Makito on this particularly important moment. I would say that on Makito's story of success we have three different phases. First is the origin of the company itself. Like many big ventures in the business world, it started in a parking or in a garage. The founder of the company started with one of the family business, a tobacco shop, which in Iberia has been the base of the promotional market, saying two types of products, lighters and pens. To make the long story short, this small tobacco shop became a distributor company making 6 million euro turnover. This was a growth in about 15 years, which is a particular interesting feature because we are not in one of the big cities or economic areas. This is a really agricultural area, not of a big economical expansion. And then at that moment, Lorenzo, the founder, decided that in order to scale the business, we will really need to move to the dark side, so become an importer rather than a distributor. And this was the origin of Makito, because the first years were made under the Publindal name. This is the mother of Makito, and this was a distributor end user company. At that moment, the industry was booming in Europe, but we started in a very humble position. 12 square meter booth in the local trade show, 12-page catalog and about 20 items. Makito started with a very basic setup. No service offering, cheap products, low price, deep inventory, and make, I would say, a good progress reaching 20 million euro figure by the year 2008. But in 2008, the things started to change in the promotional market across Europe because of the financial crisis. And this represents that a completely change in the mindset and in an industry that was booming non-stop since 1990. We started to see the first declines in sales, reduction of batches and contraction in the industry. And me, with the gift of opportunity, that was my moment to join Makito. So I joined Makito in October 2008. Probably the worst period for the promotional product, but for me it was like a challenge because I recognized the potential of Makito and the opportunity in the industry that for me was ending phase one and starting phase two. The years 2008, 9, 10, 11 were complex because of the financial situation. Now we have faced several crises in the last 15 years, but this was, if we have some memory, probably the most difficult one, but we never stopped growing. And this growth was always organic growth, based into continuous improvement, and never done through acquisition, mergers, or any artificial move. And at that moment, the financial crisis was over, and some new green leaves, good light was coming into the industry, even if some of the traditional players have lost some grip, some market share, and the scenario have changed. Not anymore these three traditional companies becoming the leaders of the industry in every market, but all of them trying to face challenges, some of them being sold, transformed, etc. At that moment, we were on a strategic bias, and we have to decide, do or die. Okay, we stick to this 50 million, which is a remarkable figure, multiplying 2.5 times in a crisis period, but remain only in Iberia, or try to play the European game. This is a very ambitious company, so we decided to play the game. And to play the game, we start a complete transformation of the company, trying to get a real international approach and position. Changing the idea and the perception of Makito into a low value offering, into really the first one-stop shop supplier in the industry. We were pioneering into transforming also from a plastic-based market into an eco-conscious, sustainable market, pioneering the transformation of the new biomaterials, of the new sustainability efforts from the packaging till the product, embracing the circular economy, adding other added value services, and in a very constant, with a single stop in the process, we reached first the 100 million milestone and then the 150 million milestone. This year we started phase 3, or the phase that will allow us to reach 500 million euro, or at least to have the capacity to have 500 million euro. In a very local company where the founder still lives in his countryside and 80% of the employees live in around 25-kilometer radius, we couldn't not think into move around. This is not an area where we have many industrial harbor or many industrial soil available, but we finally, after several hard working in the last year, we find the compound, the terrain, and also the circumstances. And we bought a completely new industrial plot, also located with close to our facilities. It's a 5-minute drive that will be coexisting with the current facilities, near to the highway, near to the construction of the high-speed train that will allow us another way of connection, of intermodal transport, not only road transport but also train, but also with a dry harbor. That means that we will be able to have our containers cleared at the door of the house. Basically, this looks like Las Vegas because we are in an area very arid, but this is a project of Makito. This started at the beginning of this year. It's a 3-phase project, a 3-year project. It's a huge investment, over 100 million euro, but will consist in 3 main specific buildings where we could have. We always consider that the position of Makito in this industry is a logistic position. Our customers are the sales and marketing part of this business. Our job is really to select the good products, to have them in a good condition and to deliver them in a proper way. So the focus first is on the warehouse, so we will have over 100,000 pallets extra to what we have. 2 buildings 36-meter high, completely automated, that will allow us to increase the capability from 2,500 orders a day, excluding samples, to 7,500 orders a day. At the center of the project there is the picking, because our collection has grown from that 20-page catalog of the beginning of Makito into a 1,300-page catalog and more than 20,000 SKUs. So we need to have a very complex picking area. But this is fully automated, and this will allow us to deviate most of the workforce, always blue collar, from the logistics into the print shop, where we are building the largest print shop promotional products in the world. Today we already have a 3-shift system working, where we have more than 80 different techniques, employing 600 people only on the printing, but this will allow us to have over 15 million prints per month, and again fully automated. And we are trying really to generate here a complete area where we called it Ciudad Makito or Makito City, where people can really have the best possible conditions to become proud of working at Makito, because this is the only way of retention. Just for your idea,
This is the next step. Makito
yeah,
City.
it is, and we are currently working on it.
I'd like to take away one more rumor. There's a rumor in Holland that the only reason that Makito can be here is because of a lot of European subsidies.
Well, we don't have a PR department or a propaganda department, but I can grant you that in these 15 years, Makito had got €0 subsidy. This is a privately owned company raised based on our business. Probably today we have the financial ratios which are public, because you can have checked the balance sheet, and that are probably the best benchmark. Normally you can choose if you want to be the leader in turnover or the leader in profitability. I am proud to say that Makito is today leader in efficiency. That means that in terms of resources, we are probably one of the benchmark companies in this industry. We have been approached.
And are you, if you're talking about the largest printing industry in Europe, I mean, how can you compete with low-cost countries like Romania and Poland? Is it efficiency? Is it automation?
It is service. Okay, if we want to print cheap, we can go to Albania, to Croatia, to Romania, to Poland, where most of our competitors are going. For me, this is not separated parts. So it's not where it's cheaper to have this, where it's cheaper to storage a product. We built this company here. We raised this company here from a small garage into this big project. And here is where we have to offer the complete service. Here we can move the goods automatically via aerial ways or subterranean ways directly into the print shop. We are connected with the highway, which is the door to Europe. We are 800 kilometers from the border. Daily we dispatch 6 trailers that take 7 hours to reach the border. From here we can be the most efficient. For me, printing is not a separated aspect of the industry. Of course I can be cheap by buying or building, I don't know where in Europe, a cheaper solution, or in Morocco where we are close. This is not the point. This is a hub serving a market that we estimate the potential market of Makito in 500 million, and this is a centralized solution where all the resources are located. Makito is a very centralized company. We have regional offices in Barcelona, in Madrid, in Lisbon, in Paris, in Eindhoven, in Italy, in Frankfurt, but these are regional offices. The strength of Makito is the centralization of all these key resources, over 100 million euro inventory. At the end, the formula is a very basic triangle. Deep inventory, very rare today, awesome decoration, very demanding because the new techniques require constant investment, and on-time delivery. This is the triangle that today the market demands. And this has scaled the requirements. This is why the middle class importers and distributors are vanishing in the industry, because today there are a lot of barriers, there are a lot of demands. 20 years ago, we too could import 3 containers of pens, caps, etc., and sell successfully in the market and have a small shop and 1 print shop printing. Today, this is impossible. Just selecting a page of a technology in Makito is an investment of 50,000 euro. And you need then all the certificates for the materials, the sustainability, traceability, people designing the packaging, all the compliance in electronics, and we are talking about 1 page. And there is 1,300 pages on this. So again, these type of projects are of course a barrier, but these type of projects passes the message to the market that really we are investing. And again, also this investment is purely sustainable, even if these are renders. Even if these are renders, but you can have access to the full project. The idea of sustainability, there is a green area covering this that makes that all the goods that go for the print shop go below the ground. There is no ground traffic inside the compound. It's only the pure basic trucks and trailers that need to go. The parking, I think it's larger than the Schiphol parking in 3 flats. A lot of services for the employees, kindergarten, kitchen services, etc.
A lot of solar panels. Because the sun
Of course, well, we are lucky to have here like 3,200 hours of sun. So we have a lot of sun here, and it's something that we need to use. And this is very efficient. It's a big transformation.
Yeah,
I'm
really impressed. I mean, from one tobacco shop until Makito City is a large transformation.
I recognize that I speak with a lot of passion because I have been part of it. I'm probably a vector of this transformation because when I joined the company, it was already a big company. But it was like a raw diamond. It had a lot of potential, but in my opinion was pointing in the wrong direction. The wrong direction of a low value model gives you a niche opportunity in the market. At that moment, Makito was more or less the same size of other existing Spanish companies that remain on this basic setup. And today we are 10 times, and this is only through constant improvement. And of course it's difficult, of course it's challenging, and of course we have a long way to go. This is not, it's like Churchill, no? It's not the beginning of the end, not even the end of the beginning. It's just another phase into really building a model because we love promo.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of Makito. We're here on the ground where Makito City is going to be. As far as your eyes can see is all Makito land. And over there, maybe that's interesting. You see the piece of land over there? That's going to be the high-speed train. So Makito is now negotiating with the Spanish government if they can have a stop over here. So that's going to be really interesting. Okay, again, thanks very much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe us. And don't forget to check out our podcast on Spotify. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.